Hi guys, Steph here. Look what I've got. I've got myself a little mini lathe. Very nice. Look, a little moving tailstock. Nice little moving tool rest as well. Also, it's got a little sanding disc to the very end there. That'll come very much in handy. Lovely. So, all I need to do is put some batteries in it and away we go turning. I can't wait. Very nice. No, it's not, it's rubbish. I was only kidding. Yes, I was only kidding. No, this is my new toy. As you can see, it's a Clarke variable speed metal lathe. Yes, so basically what's happened, because of the my YouTube, getting pens, buying pens, going finding them, searching for them, the work that I do altogether, etc, etc, I was finding it more and more difficult, and also, to be quite honest with you, I was finding it quite disheartening as well, because I wasn't actually getting anywhere and it was costing me money. So I thought, listen Steph, you've got to come up with something different to maybe sort of generate a little bit of revenue to finance going out buying pens and the work that I do, etc, etc. So for quite a number of months now, I thought to myself, well, how about if I began to start making my own sort of kitless, bespoke fountain pens? So I thought, yep, great idea. I'm quite handy when I put my mind to it. I'm quite good with my hands, making things, etc, etc. So long story short, I've had this now about, believe it or not, about 2 months. I acquired this Clarke mini lathe, and when I got it, I was excited. I came down here and I thought, right, let's make a pen. Unfortunately, yeah, I had a lot to learn, to be quite honest with you. It's a very, well, it's a very much a learning curve. And at the beginning, I'm not an engineer. As I say, I'm just quite handy and I'm quite, you know, artistic, and I can do things with my hands. And when I actually got the lathe and I began, and also I'm a very impatient person, so as soon as I got it, I thought, right, that's it, let's get on and make a pen. So I bought some sort of ebonite rods. I don't know what that is. It's some other kind of rod. I also bought myself some acrylic rods as well. I thought, right, what I'll do, I'll make a demonstrator. Easier said than bloody done. So let's put them to one side. Oh yeah, and also, you know, look at all these. I've got all sort of brass rods, all kinds of different rods for making components. So coming back to it, I thought to myself, right, let's get on with it. Being an impatient person, let's get stuck in, let's make a pen. At the beginning, well, if I just show you some of these, I've got bits in here that are broken. I've got numerous different sort of sections in production. I've got broken pieces. I've also got, I tried making a button filler out of brass. Let's show it to you if I can. So I'm hoping you can see that. I actually made that, and I had an idea of doing a button filler, and as you can see, that moves in and out. So when I actually turned that out of brass, I was quite impressed with myself, and I thought, hey, that's quite good. The only problem being, it's too heavy and it's slightly wobbly. I also made sort of numerous, wherever they are, they're in there somewhere, but by and by. I also made some aluminium button fillers. They were either, again, too loose, they were too thin, lots of different reasons. So, again, a big learning curve for me. What I didn't realise is just things like the tools. As soon as I got the lathe, I thought, great, let's get on with it. Little did I realise I need this, I need that, well, I had to buy this tailstock drill chuck. I also had to buy a centre point. This is a swivelling one. Drill bits. I've bought certain drill bits. Taps and dies for the threads. I've bought some of them. And by no means have I got everything that I need to make a pen. Again, unfortunately, finances are not very good, so I've got to really make do with what I've actually got and what I can actually make. So, once again, repeat myself, it was a learning curve. I made lots of different mistakes. The rods here, I don't know how many of these I've actually bought, but they've gone to waste. Some of them are broken, and it's just practice makes perfect. And believe it or not, I've been doing it now for a little while. I tend to come down here for the morning. The problem being sometimes I spend maybe a few hours making a section. I do something wrong or I'm not doing it correctly. It breaks and I go, ah! So that's it. I leave it till the next day or a couple of other days, because obviously I'm busy with other things as well. So yeah, the plan of action is to make, well, try and make my own pens. Now, I've actually been working on one, but even things like, let's show you again, if I can find them. Oh, there we go, look, I've got bits everywhere. But even things like the threads, you know, I've had to buy certain sort of fine threads. I believe that one's a 12 by 0.75. And I haven't got a die holder. So the pen that I've actually been working on, what I'm actually doing is putting it in the chuck. And believe it or not, I'm actually turning the die by hand. I know it's a little bit pathetic. Some people will laugh and it's like, you don't do it like that. But yeah, if you haven't got the money, you can't buy the tools, you can't do it correctly. So all I'm doing is doing everything I possibly can with well, yeah, with the tools and the resources that I've actually got, until I begin to, well, get good at making pens. Once I start making them, I can start making them quickly. I can raise some money. Once I raise some money, I can then buy better tools. I mean, people talk about triple start threads. Yeah, I'd love them, but have you seen how much they are? Ho, yeah, if you can afford them. So in the meantime, they're just going to be single threads. But as I said, just excuse me, let me just have a nice drink of my cup of tea. So yes, I've just, well, basically yesterday finished polishing it. So I've actually made my first pen. And what I did with that one, to some extent, I may have actually sort of jumped into the deep end, if you like, because what I did, I've got a few parts that I've got sort of sat around from old pens that have been broken, etc, etc. So what I decided to do, I found actually a Conway Stewart clip. I've got the nib to it. So I made a, if you like, a bespoke pen. I'll tell you what, would you like to see it? Should I do a review for you? Pardon? Pardon? Let me know below if you'd like to see it. Okay? But in the meantime, what we're going to do is leave it at that. So I just really wanted to show you what I'm doing, what I'm getting up to, show you my new toy. And I know some of you people will be asking me, Steph, can you film yourself making the pens? At this particular time, I think the answer is no, because I'm not a professional, I'm not an engineer, and I'm making mistakes sometimes, but don't get me wrong, other times I'm quite impressed with what I do. I am a little bit of a perfectionist, so sometimes when I'm, again, some people will know with my restoration, when I want to do something, I want to do it correctly, and I want to do it right. So, whether I've actually filmed myself, maybe sometime in the future, maybe when I get a little bit more competent, when I actually get more tools, if you like. And incidentally, if any of you people out there are engineers and have got any spare tools, they'd be appreciated. So there's lots of things that I need. So if you've got any set about in the garage or in the shed, please let me know. They will all come in handy and they'll help me to improve my pen making. So, I ramble on. So let's leave it at that. So, that's my new toy. And let me know below if you'd like to see the pen, the first pen that I've actually made by hand on my little lathe. So let me know. And by the way, don't forget, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and if you possibly can, it's all to do with what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get some pennies together so I can go out and get more pens to review, which I'm finding it harder. If you possibly can, down below, if you possibly can, please support my work and leave a comment as well while you're down there. But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.